But what we've got here is a concept I want to introduce, and it's a 2-light setup with the main light, the first light I call, in the T-lighting setup, and it is the main light here. So I'm going to turn this off just to show the effect. So what we're dealing with here now is we only have the second light and then the background RGB accent lights. So let's turn the main light back on here. So what we're dealing with is a diffused light. This is the largest light source. It's the closest to me, and it is positioned about 4 feet from the side of the camera. So what I do is I measure it. I call it the Heisman pose. You put the football in one hand and you put your stiff arm out, and that's the distance that your main light is. In line, that is same distance from me as the tripod. So talking about the camera here and the main light over here, that's the main light. Now let's talk about the second light. The second light in this thing I'm calling T-lighting, this concept is right there in the back. This guy right here. Now this is a bicolor light right now set to 3200K, so that's why it's a warm background. But that light, you'll notice, is perpendicular to the camera. So that's what the T-lighting is. T means your main light, believe it or not, is not pointed directly at me. It is actually parallel to the lens. And then this backlight is perpendicular to the main light. So you have this T position. And the interesting thing about that is this is in the position of a 3/4 backlight directly across from the main light, but it's also a side light for the background. And I really like this approach because there are fewer lights than 3-point lighting. And yet you're covering the background, you're covering the 3/4 backlight, and with the main light, you're still doing the same technique you would with 3-point lighting. The only thing that's missing here is there's no fill light. If you want to do that, I recommend people just use a reflector. Less expensive, fewer lights to carry, fewer light stands. I have a whole philosophy based on making one trip to the car.